Sup, Battlefielders? Legend here, bringing you another episode of Know Your Guns. Today's episode will be reviewing the G53 carbine. So let's get started. The HK53 is a German-made carbine. It's made by Heckler & Koch, a German company that makes a lot of different firearms for different companies, but mainly German. The G53 is basically a combination of the MP5 or MP5K, as you might know it, and the G3 assault rifle. So it's more of the size and the looks of an MP5 with the iron sights and how the gun works, like the internal mechanics of a G3. So more like a smaller G3A3. Now, to unlock this gun, you're going to have to either have Premium and the Back to Karkin maps, or just the Back to Karkin expansion pack. For that, you have to complete the assignment called Fixing It, which is pretty simple. All you have to do is get 10 repairs on friendly vehicles, which is not that hard. Even you go flying a helicopter or something, go fly in a scout helicopter, be a repairman for the guy, and you have to get 1 kill with the repair torch, which is pretty simple. Either go find someone, instead of knifing him, you torch him in the butt, or you go and destroy a vehicle by the repair tool and have someone stay inside it. Now let's look at some stats. First off, the G53 is very similar to the SGG3, which is a co-op unlockable weapon. So if you don't have the expansion packs, you can always get that weapon from co-op. Now, about some stats. For the fire rate, this gun has a 755 round per minute fire rate, which is not the highest. It's not that good in close range. It's a lot better in longer ranges. That's why I don't recommend using this gun in close quarter maps or in any maps where you're going to be fighting assault rifles that are close. Yes, you might win. It's not a very bad gun, but it's not the best. So you might lose a couple firefights. For the magazine, it has a 31 bullet magazine, which comes standard with most other carbines, except a few. And for the reload, it actually has a pretty long reload. This is also why it shouldn't be used for close quarters. It has a 2.3 second reload for the short reload when you have a bullet in the chamber, which you probably would have. But if you run your magazine dry, you're going to be waiting there 3.2 seconds. That's actually pretty close to the FAMAS. And that reloads very long, which will get you killed most of the time. That's why you always run with a good secondary on hand, either the Magnum, the M1911, G18, at night the Raffica, or whatever you feel, or whatever you're comfortable with. Now, for the recoil, it doesn't have that bad of a recoil. It has a 0.24 pull up, which is not that high. Then, yes, it has a little bit too high of side recoil. It's going to pull to the right a little bit. It has a 0.2 to the pull left and 0.3 for pull right. Now, this recoil is going to become a lot less. The vertical recoil is going to get decreased with the aftermath patch, which already occurred, but I'm not sure if Simtech updated their stats already to it. So I'll post it on the comments or in the annotation or something if these stats are the actual stats or the chat stats actually change. My preferred setup with this gun would be the hollow or a red dot sight. You don't want anything longer range, because if you get in a close quarter fight, you're gonna get screwed with a high zoom scope. And it's also a carbine. You don't want to be sniping people off buildings or something with it. It's not that good. For the secondary slot, I'd choose a bipod. Either bipod or leave it blank. The foregrip would screw up your aim down sight accuracy. And that's the only thing this gun can do well. Longer range fights. So you don't want to screw it up. So either a bipod, which can help you stabilize for the very long sniper shots, or you can just leave it blank if you hit the bipod or you don't like it for some reason. One note for the bipod: if you don't like it, because sometimes when you just come to shoot next to some sort of cover, it'll deploy and get you killed. You can always map the deploy button something else other than your shoot button. So you can only deploy it whenever you feel like it, not whenever you come close to cover and you start shooting. That's a tip for you guys. Now, for the third slot, it's either the heavy barrel. If you have good accuracy, you can maintain recoil easily, and you're not that bad with maintaining recoil. So you played the game a long time. It's actually pretty simple. You just put to the left down. But If you don't like maintaining recoil, you're playing in the console, I know, because I used to play on console. Maintaining recoils are very hard there, because the sticks are a lot harder to move, because there's also that dead zone, but I'll be going to that maybe in another video, comparing consoles and PC and other stuff. I would use the flash suppression. It doesn't compromise that much of your aim down sight accuracy. Yes, it'll make it a lot less. It makes your vertical recoil less, but it makes hip firing a lot worse. So in that close quarter situations, you're not going to be at the best advantage. But try this gun. It's actually one of my favorite guns, and it's a gun that not a lot of people use, but it's actually a pretty good gun. It doesn't stand out from the ground, but it won't make you lose, and will get you some pretty good scores. So anyways, see you on the battlefield, soldiers. Legend.